Hey guys, it is Vindicated Soul here. I have a quick video for you. So this is a remake video because I was watching my older how to read tablature video and I realized that it was kind of a little bit hard to follow. I've I've tried to make this video probably at least 8 times by now, so I think I pretty much got all my errors out. And I think I can do this without going on rabbit trails, and you guys should be able to follow this. So let's try this again. Here we go. So when you're reading tablature, or tabs as they like to call them, you're going to notice that you have 6 lines that run horizontally. Each one of those strings, or each one of those lines represents a string on your guitar. So now the thing is that it's a little bit tricky at first, because basically the way it works is, if you're looking at the diagram, the southmost line or string is going to actually be the most top string on your guitar. So you can either try and maybe remember it as opposites, you know, the lower you are on the diagram, the higher you are on the guitar, or you can think of it as maybe the lower you are on the diagram, the lower the pitch of the note. Maybe one of those two ideas works for you. Maybe you can find something else. Honestly, I think it's really just practicing and just getting exposure to it. It's just one of those things that you can have the head knowledge, but you have to actually apply it to get comfortable with it and kind of know what you're doing. So let's go ahead and oh yeah, I need to say one thing real fast. If you're looking at tabs, do not read them the same way that you would guitar chord charts. They're not the same thing. The numbers that you see on chord charts represent actually what finger you're playing with. I don't know if you've noticed, but you'll only ever see 4 numbers, which are 1 through 4 when you're reading guitar chord charts, and there's a reason for that. Obviously, is because each one of your fingers represents a number. Your index finger represents 1, your middle finger represents 2, your ring finger 3, and your pinky 4. But with tabs, remember with tabs that the number represents what fret you're playing on. Now, unfortunately, there is no, I guess there's no cheat sheet method on kind of how you would want to position your fingers when you're reading tabs. Like I said, it kind of just goes back to familiarity, just playing with it a lot. You'll kind of figure out how to best play certain chords that are going to be in tablature. But if you have any questions, obviously with those things, feel free to ask. I will be more than willing to answer them as best as I can. So just for practice sake, let's go ahead and look at a couple of chords just to kind of get you a little bit of exposure, and I can actually explain things while I'm here a little bit, and hopefully it helps you understand. So let's look at a G chord. So if you're reading the diagram from the bottom to the top, I'll mark on the chart there the low E and the high E. The low E is going to mean the low pitched E, which is actually the one that's closest to you, or so the topmost one. You'll notice that has a 3. So remember, we're not doing guitar chord chart. So usually a G is played with your middle finger here on the 3rd fret, as it's shown on the chart. And then if you're looking at the A string, which is the next one up, you're going to notice that has a 2. That string is usually played here with your index finger. Excuse me. And then of course the next 2 strings are open. They're just zeros, so you leave those alone. And then the last 2 strings, which are strings 1 and 2, you'll notice that they both are played on the 2nd fret. It's usually easiest to play these last 2 with your ring finger on the 2nd fret, ring finger on the 2nd string, and then your pinky on the 1st string on the 2nd fret, both of them. So there you have a G. It should sound like that. If it doesn't sound like that, try again. Just rewind the video, maybe try again. Or here we can just go into another chord. So let's go into a C. So here with the C, you're gonna notice from bottom to top, it's gonna read 0 3 2 0 1 0. So here we go again. With the C's, they're usually played here. First one, you can either play it. Well, that's actually really complicated. Let's just do it the easier way. So with your ring finger, you're gonna play that on the 5th string. So you're gonna skip that 1st string and you're gonna go straight to here on the 3rd fret, just like that. And then Next one that you'll see on the diagram is going to be a 2 on the next string up or down, depending on however you want to read it. And that's going to be with your middle finger here. So, and that's going to be on the 2nd fret. So it's going to be something like that. And then the last one, you're going to skip that next string over, and you're going to go straight to the 2nd string on the 1st fret here. And then if you did that right, it should sound like this. So there you go. I'll also, of course, mark on the diagrams like what the strings are, because another funky thing with the guitar is that the strings go in order from the bottom to the top as you're holding it. So this is actually string 1, this is string 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll mark that on there too to help you guys follow it easier. But with that, I think that's pretty much it. So I hope that was a little bit easier to follow. I hope it was more fluent, and I hope that I was able to explain the information well enough. But like I said, if you do have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. So you can either leave me a comment or a personal message on I almost said Facebook on YouTube. So I'll be looking forward to maybe seeing some questions or not. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much my video. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys around.